Kirby Air Riders looks like an extremely fast-paced, battle-heavy, action-oriented racing game, and Mario Kart World looks like this. These two games share a lot of the same DNA, with drifting being a primary mechanic in both, and both of them being racing games, of course. And yet, at the same time, the two couldn't look any more different in the presentation of their mechanics. Kirby Air Riders provides strong bursts of speed through its drifting, which has you brake completely in order to charge up that big burst. The result is a very quick game with lots of dynamic movements. Conversely, Mario Kart World is extremely smooth. The turns are rarely as sharp, and the drifting and driving really flow into each other in a much more natural way. The boosts of speed don't seem even close to as fast, and overall the movement seems far more cohesive. So if you couldn't tell, this video is all about comparing and contrasting Mario Kart World and Kirby Air Riders, at least from what we've seen so far. But luckily, thanks to that old devil Sakurai and his funny little ways, we've seen quite a lot of Kirby Air Ride already thanks to the whopping 45-minute direct. Sakurai himself even fired shots at Mario Kart World, saying that his game had fewer racers so things weren't so chaotic, even though I don't think that necessarily means that Kirby Air Riders won't be chaotic. But this probably wasn't actually a knock though, because there ain't no way Nintendo would be letting that slide in their own direct. But then again, Sakurai is their golden child, so who knows. But to get back on track, Kirby Air Riders has a lot of fundamental differences to Mario Kart World. For one thing, the character you choose has a big impact on what you're able to do in the race, with everyone being equipped with their own unique set of powers and abilities outside of just stats. Which is of course different from Mario Kart, which only has different stats for different characters and nothing beyond that. The same exact concept goes for the ride vehicles. In Kirby, the machine you ride has its own powers as well, or at least it excels in different areas. This is a tad more similar to stats, but certain ones seem to go as far as taking away primary mechanics of the game, or they might even just be completely different from the primary mechanics entirely. This is different from Mario Kart, where the karts once again have stats, but it's never as drastic of a change from kart to kart, and the differences aren't really visually noticeable, at least if you ask me. Overall, Mario Kart still offers this cohesive experience that subtly changes depending on what character and kart combo you pick, whereas in Kirby, those choices seem to alter the gameplay far more drastically. And speaking of drastically different gameplay, Kirby has way more to do on top of just driving, with copy abilities and special attacks. These turn the game into way more of a combat-based experience. The copy abilities seem to be slightly similar to items in Mario Kart, but it seems like you can just choose to keep them instead of it just being used up. But don't quote me on that. And the special attacks are unique to each character, so you get to very specifically choose which one you want instead of it being random. Kind of like an ult or a final smash kind of thing. Between having copy abilities, specials, and different qualities between each individual character and ride vehicle, Kirby Air Riders offers a million different possibilities to mix and match your powers and play in all sorts of different unique ways. And that's something that sets it apart from Mario Kart World, and adds layers to the gameplay in a very different way than Mario Kart does. To me, Mario Kart seems to slightly more focus on optimal driving and huge shortcuts to get first place, while Kirby appears to be much more combat-oriented to slow your opponents down and then blast ahead. But neither game is all about just the races, because Mario Kart World has a lot to do in free roam, while Kirby Air Riders is bringing back City Trial. If you prefer a very chill, low-key experience, I'd stick to Mario Kart, because City Trial is a much more chaotic version of an open sandbox exploration type of experience, with even more power-ups to be tacked on. And then there are also a bunch of little game modes added as well, that take place after City Trial, almost like little mini-games. Overall, Mario Kart World seems to be more of a game for those who want more of a consistent experience, where they can familiarize themselves with the most optimal shortcuts, but Kirby Air Riders is for those who want variety, a chance to change it up across different races, and extremely different ways to play by using a variety of different powers. Maybe it's too early to say any of this. I mean, there's still a ton of info that hasn't been released about the game, so we'll just have to wait and see. Neither seems to be necessarily better than the other, they just seem to be very different gameplay experiences. And besides, from what I hear, most people played the original Kirby Air Ride just in City Trial, which shares basically zero similarities with a regular 3-lap Mario Kart World race. So I have a feeling people will be playing these two games in entirely different ways. Also, I have to note, I'm saying all this as someone who has played hundreds of hours of Mario Kart across all the different games in my life, but unfortunately zero time playing Kirby Air Ride. So personally, I'm extremely excited to dive into a new racing game experience, one that's very different from what I'm used to. I'm a longtime fan of Kirby though in general, and love his mainline games, so I'm still super pumped for Air Riders. I mean, it looks genuinely phenomenal. At the end of the day, both games look incredibly fun. They provide super unique ways to play and don't seem to overlap nearly as much as you may think. and they both look visually incredible. They both have these mind-blowingly beautiful backgrounds and landscapes, and I'm excited to see what secrets have yet to be revealed about Kirby Air Riders. Let me know your thoughts on Kirby Air Riders down below. Does it look too similar to Mario Kart World to you, or do you think it'll be a much more different experience? Personally, I'm excited for this, and I think it's going to be super different and just a really fun game to play, and I trust anything Sakurai does because that guy is a genius. So thank you everyone for watching this quick little compare and contrast, and I'll see you all in the next one.